welcome to Elevate Real Estate, the podcast where we spill the beans on all things real estate. Whether you're a new investor just looking to dip your toes in, or if you're a seasoned investor looking to elevate your real estate game, it's real talk from real investor Anna Andes and
me, Lila Kaplan, a seasoned investor, where we ask questions, share ideas, and help each other grow. So get ready to elevate your real estate game, and let's climb and prosper together.
Awesome. Hi, Lila.
Hi, Diana.
Welcome to episode 10 and my new office on my inside of my car.
I love the new office.
Thank you. Yeah, I think, that's real estate life and mom life, and we're always trying to running around. So sorry for the scary, but anyway, I'm really excited because we're on episode 10 of our podcast recording, and it's quite a milestone.
Yeah, definitely. And let me tell you, this is so exciting, and I'm so enjoying all of our episodes. And I hope that everybody is getting something out of, what we're talking about. And as you know, most of our episodes are not scripted, and, we just want to have a casual conversation with our audiences about anything and all things real estate. So let's chat, Diana. What's going on with you?
Been busy, but I wanted to talk, today I was thinking, with the spring market and so many new listings coming to the market, wanted to kind of talk to you about what you think are some must-dos and must-don'ts when you're listing your house. What should people be doing to prepare their house? And, just anything that you've observed as being, fresh eyes into a new house with your clients, and any feedback that you got from your work from, oh my gosh, I can't think, from showing homes and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. The selling season is definitely heating up. It's booming. I've got a bunch of new listings right now that's going on. But a couple of things that I would say about, at least when I tell my clients how to get their house prepared for showing, is to look at the exterior and the interior of their house, right? Your curb appeal is going to be the number one thing that people see. You never get a second chance to make that first impression, and that first impression starts at the doorstep. And even if you need to, clean your door, do so. Check all of the spider webs, because let me tell you, sometimes when a buyer shows up with an agent, the agent still needs a couple of minutes to actually open the lockbox, put the key in the door, and open the door for the buyers to walk in. During that time, this buyer is looking at your doorstep, is looking around, and making sure that they love your property from the time that they're stepped up on your doorstep. So make sure that you clean your window, clean your doors, clean any spider webs off the exterior doors.
Yeah, and with that window point, windows it's a huge difference. It's definitely worth the investment. And just a pro tip from a staging point of view is, if you remove the screens, the netted screens, your windows look absolutely beautiful from inside out. You could walk through them.
That's awesome.
And that's just a tip. But yeah, definitely outside, exterior, and the power of power washing. Don't forget that too. That, give it a clean off all the moss or whatever the seasonal residue. Yeah, a huge difference.
Yeah, and a lot of these stuff are not very expensive, and power washing is relatively cheap when you're trying to prepare your house to get it sold. But also, just cleaning your windows and doors really takes no money at all, right? It's just some Windex and a cloth. So get to work, everybody.
Absolutely. And then besides the outside, the next thing is, obviously you go inside the house. But I think a lot of sellers overlook this thing. But when you walk into the room, the first thing buyers notice is not the house or what's around, but its smell. Yes, absolutely. Please, if you're getting your house ready to sell, I know we love cooking and all these spices, and we perhaps we smoke in the house, or we have animals or everything, but that is not something that the buyers need to notice the first time they walk in. And I know, Lila, you were just telling me a funny story, so I don't know if you
Yeah, so I was just telling Diana a very, very funny story about how I just took a buyer just yesterday, a buyer to see a property, and as soon as we walked in, the stench from just really bad cat smell was so rancid that we both wanted to just throw up. I mean, my client was gagging. So
yeah.
we haven't even walked through the entire first floor. We couldn't even get to the second floor to see the house. We had to leave.
Hmm.
And I honestly, this agent is not doing her client any favor by telling them or not telling them that that
Yeah.
smell is number one. And unfortunately, yes, make sure that your house doesn't smell like anything, right?
Right.
It's not the cat smell. You don't want a lot of perfume. You don't want a lot of even Febreze because people just don't like smell. Be boring.
Yes, people really definitely have sensitive noses. Like I think, I have a dog, so sometimes I'm used to the smell of the dog. But if you don't have a pet, when they walk in, they do smell like there's nothing you could do about the dog sometimes. But at least like, if you wipe down the surfaces, clean, open up some windows and get some fresh air, that's the best option. Because then there's other people who like if you have those little plug-in centers, they're really
Yes,
sensitive to those
yes,
artificial smells. That could
mhm,
be a turn off too.
yes.
One of the best tips that I've heard in terms of like getting smells is like maybe bake a fresh
Cookies.
apple pie, yeah, cookies or apple pie, something that's
Yes,
warm and comforting.
yes.
Or lemon is pretty neutral. Like
Mm,
boil a pot of lemons on your countertop or something.
right. Yeah, I did that not necessarily for a showing, but I definitely have done that for open houses. So I, just go to the store, get a batch of cookie dough, and so I just, go to the grocery store, get a batch of cookie dough, and just put them in the oven. And that smell does stay and carry throughout my open house. So that has been lovely. And people have mentioned it. Oh my God, this cookie smell.
Yeah.
Nobody can deny a great smell of homemade cookies, right? So, um,
Yeah.
and I think the other that I have as well is, we talk a lot about staging. And Diana, I know you're the expert stager. One thing that I do know about staging is you need to, if you want to sell your house for top dollar, if you want to get 20% above asking, then stage your house because staging really can make a difference. So staging is so important because you want to make sure that you get the top dollar out of your home. You want to get the best value out of your house. And how do you do that? Staging. Staging can improve your bottom line by about 20%. And I know Diana, you are definitely a professional stager. So what do you think about that?
Staging is so important. I think like maybe 2 years ago when the interest rates were a little bit lower, people were saying, oh, you don't have to do anything. The house will just sell on its own. But that's not the case anymore. What I'm finding is that when a staged house is just a different type of feeling when buyers come in, when people take the time to declutter and to like maintain their house and then stage it in a way that's, kind of walking through like a Pottery Barn or a West Elm or something like that, the buyers start to see the house for the best features and then they could picture their own stuff in there and they're not focused on the clutter or the seller's personal items. They don't, it's nice to see pictures of your family, but the buyers don't want to see your family. They want to picture their own family or their own, significant other or themselves living there. So staging a house is just super important. I've seen houses where perhaps it wasn't the best, I don't know, the best and newest living room, right? But when you have the right furniture and the right artwork, it automatically just looks new. So I think, staging is super important, definitely worth the investment. And you're, like you were saying, you get the return on it 100%.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. So what I always tell my clients is less is more in this case. So put everything away, have nothing on the countertops. For me as a mom with three kids in my house, my kitchen countertop is, so cluttered. And I hate clutter myself, but unfortunately, when you're living in that type of condition with little children, you just can't help it. So
Yeah.
just make sure that you're able to put everything away because sometimes you do have the one-off showings. just pack everything in kind of a little box and then tuck them under a sink or a cabinet would work as well. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I had to do when I
Yeah.
had my house a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a staged house is definitely not like a livable house. Like
No.
normal people have a toaster and they have like pots and pans on the counter. But when you're staging a house for sale, it's like no one uses this bathroom. No one cooks here. No
Right.
one eats out of this kitchen.
Right.
And the whole idea is that it's like a magazine, and people are just like,
Exactly.
they just like it. And then it's a great, your tip was really good. Like just about putting a basket. So you put your toothbrushes and your soap and your, all that stuff, under the sink when you have a showing.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, those are just some simple tips that, I think are very important when you're selling a home. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out to us. Again, my name's Lila. I'm a licensed broker here in Colorado.
And I'm Diana Andes. I am here out in Montgomery, New Jersey.
Have a great day.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.